When we attacked your planet, all your soldiers and all their advanced technology could only put up a measly 9-minute fight before they were exterminated. Which is why man is an endangered species.
Hi.
Are we live now? Okay.
Yeah, we're live now.
Welcome back, watchers. I'm Katie Saresit.
And I'm Kelly Appel, and we are watching Out Loud. And you hungry, little fella? Want some rat? It's good.
God, so that just gets us started on this absolute fucking shit show.
Yeah.
So, as always, give us a like on Instagram and all that shit, I guess. Mostly just Instagram, I guess. But then also like this video, turn on your notifications for watching out loud, subscribe, and comment, share, tell your friends. We've been going 20 subscribers strong for a little bit now. We have our devotees, and we appreciate you. But what is a devotee if not also a disciple that gets out the word, spreads the good word, you know?
That's a great way to put this, especially since this is such a religious topic. Hit that bell, guys! Ding ding.
All right. So let's get into this absolute terrible fucking movie.
Hot steaming. It's garbage. It's garbage at a restaurant left in the trash that hasn't been picked up in 2 weeks in the hot summer.
They have not been paying their bills. No. They're for their garbage collection. They can't afford it.
The budget's gone.
Because it all went into this movie. Yes, I am standing. I have
really good
maybe a herniated disc, so sitting makes me want to kill myself.
I'm gonna have to stand for a whole hour.
Yeah, it feels better than sitting for a whole hour.
That's fair.
Yes. So, Battlefield Earth came out in 2000, the year of our Lord. So it was a pre 9/11 movie. Do you think they would have been able to make this movie after 9/11?
Yeah, it doesn't have airplanes in it. I feel like airplanes and terrorism was the no-go after.
But I think that like this idea of it being like, you know, the United States is completely like in ruins and all this sort of stuff. Probably. I mean, they probably would have had to wait at least a little while.
Yeah, that's true. I know that like Fight Club only came out as a film because the original novel that was supposed to be turned into a film was called Survivor, and it was about like a terrorist crashing a plane. So then they were like, yeah, we can't make this a movie. So then they made Fight Club the movie instead, because that was one of his other books. Fun fact, that has nothing to do with Battlefield.
Kelly, you're quiet.
Okay. How do I get louder? How do I get louder?
Don't yell at me.
I know you scared me.
Don't yell at her.
I have the microphone literally right in front of my face, so you can see it in the shot now.
Steven, fix it then.
Yeah, what are you even here for, Steven?
Steven!
Yeah, so if you couldn't guess by the name, it's an action-adventure sci-fi.
Directed by Roger Christian, ironic, because it's Scientology, Scientology wet dream, basically.
Yeah.
More or less. Starring John Travolta as Turl, Barry Pepper as Johnny Goodboy Tyler, which was
crazy names.
Crazy, but also like when we were watching it, George was like, "Oh, that guy was in Band of Brothers? No,
I think so,
Saving Private Ryan,
yeah,
Saving Private Ryan, or something like that."
Also, Green Mile for sure.
So George was like, "Oh, he's such a good actor," and then he started acting, and he was like, "Okay, well, he was a good actor at one point in time." Forrest Whitaker as Kerr, which was crazy that was an Oscar-winning actor played this. Oh yeah, and Kim Coates as Carlo from Sons of Anarchy. There you go, George. I got you. But yeah, Kim Coates was as Carlo. He was from Sons of Anarchy. He was the one whose daughter got burned alive, and I couldn't watch Sons of Anarchy after that scene.
Never seen it.
It's just another one of those organized crime, but this time from the white trash perspective.
Wait a minute. That might be right up my alley.
Motorcycles and
trash.
meth and guns.
Would it
and
be
they go to
white
Ireland
trash
for a time.
without meth? Like, let's be so real.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was meth, George. Let me know if there was meth.
Spoiler, there's meth in the white trash show.
Yeah, I gave a couple of spoilers for Sons of Anarchy, which came out decades ago at this point, basically. Might as well be.
My dad used to watch it.
Yeah, that sounds like your dad show. Okay, so some little facts about this heater of a film. $73 million budget, grossed $29.7 million.
$73 million is so much money, especially in
so
2000
much money.
terms. Think about how many problems that could have solved in the United States, and they dumped it into this piece of trash.
We can't do that. We can't solve problems here.
Didn't even make half the budget back.
No, which is beautiful poetic justice. Forrest Whitaker expressed his regret for participating in this movie. I wonder what his specific regret was. Like, this was offensive, or was it just like, this was so bad?
I think because he knew it was so fucking bad. I expressed my regrets for watching this movie.
Yeah. I usually I don't have to usually pause movies and come back to them later. I had to go to bed. I was like, I'm not doing. I was having such a bad day. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
I broke it up into 2 watches because it's also 2 hours fucking long, which is insane.
We simply must stop. But I'm pretty sure the next film
is
also very. Let me look up
it's
how long our next
film is. I looked it up earlier.
Oh,
so I was like, please, I need a break from the 2 hours.
That's not nearly as bad. All right. So John Travolta initially offered the director's seat to Quentin Tarantino, who declined shockingly.
No, you can't say the N-word. What are we gonna
do? I can only say crap lousy. Okay, John Travolta referred to this film as, quote, like Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, but better. And he called it the Schindler's List of science fiction films during publicity, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't even like Star Wars, but crazy ass statement, John. Yeah. And then Schindler's List, John.
Yeah, that's an especially crazy.
What were you on, brother? What were you on when you were promoting
I feel like Scientology is just pumping him full of something. Yeah. That's why he's so puffy all the time. Yeah, this movie was G-rated, which was crazy.
I thought it was PG-13.
We saw G-rated.
Oh, I saw PG-13 because of the action sequences and violence.
Why did we see G?
They killed people.
I know, but
you're making that
there
up.
Was no,
you guys
but
were
there
all
was
hopped
no
up
blood.
on John Travolta dreadlocks.
We watched it on Prime and it was G-rated.
Oh, I watched it on Tubi and it was PG-13.
We got maybe ours was
you got the censored version of it.
Yeah, the censored version.
The censored version of the PG-13 film.
Yeah. So there are similarities between what happens in Turl and L. Ron Hubbard's book Battlefield Earth that this is completely based off of. And the imprisonment of Xenu that members of Hubbard's religion Scientology are taught about when they reach the level OT3, which I read that you're not even supposed to say the name Xenu because it could have one of those souls attached to you or whatever.
Yeah, because they're all about sad alien souls or whatever.
If that's what my problem is, at least it's not me. Yeah. At least it's another
it's a sad
soul.
alien residing inside of me.
Yeah. This film is the first half of L. Ron Hubbard's book, Battlefield Earth. Sequels were planned prior to the movie's release, but obviously
Did not happen.
we're not doing that. Because then 9/11 happened and they were like, we can't put the country through
I
more.
just realized this math is wrong. Sorry. There we go.
So this movie won 19 awards. Pretty big. 10 Razzies and 9 Stinkers Bad Movie Awards. And so like when we talked about like Cocktail and like why bad movies are good, do you think that this still falls under the category of good bad movies?
No.
Because like
So
I don't think so.
So on a personal level, I would say no, but I did see a lot of comments of people referring to this as a good bad movie. Like they enjoy it because it's a piece of shit. I think you'd have to be on substances though. I was stone cold sober watching this, and I have to say, because it's because it's clearly like Scientology propaganda too. So that's what makes it like, I think less in. I don't know. Like I just try to picture them making like this type of movie, but like changing stuff to like Christianity or Mormonism or some shit. It would be fucking ballistic. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that I wanted to enjoy the movie as being so bad that it was good.
Right.
Because, I mean, they look fucking insane. They look hilarious. John Travolta, the fact that they gave him a bald spot with that big head and wig is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
The fact that it was Kelly Preston is his wife, right? And she played the Cyclo that like was all horny for him and stuff.
Yeah, like his concubine or whatever you want to call her. I don't really understand.
He's like, I want my wife to play my concubine.
Yeah, I don't really understand women's roles in their culture, but it doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem much better.
No, nothing seems good about any of it. But yeah, so Scientology adjacent. Tell us about it.
So I feel like I would be missing the point if I didn't talk about L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology. And I didn't dive too deep because like it's a lot. There's aliens. That's kind of the gist of it. And
you're not trying to get like, you're not trying to buy in.
No.
You don't want to convince yourself by reading too much of the literature.
If anything, I'm just trying to further drive that Scientology is not actually a religion. It's a scam. So, as Katie noted, that Battlefield Earth is based on one of L. Ron Hubbard's novels, Battlefield Earth, which only covered the first half of that book. He was a sci-fi author and a founder of Scientology in 1953, and he also invented something known as Dianetics, a pseudoscientific idea and practice of the human mind. So Dianetics frequently uses hypnosis intended to create a dependency and obedience of the subject during the auditing process, which I'll try to dive into that. I love that they use
like accountant language for their religion.
Right. I like what George said, cyclone concubines.
Cycloncubines. Nice, George. Nice.
So Hubbard published while he was like leading Dianetics, which I'm pretty sure they do actively do. I remember Leah Remini when she like left the church, she was blasting their asses, and she did talk about how a lot of Scientology is rooted in control. They use hypnosis. There's a lot of blackmail that happens as well, which is why a lot of people think John Travolta and Tom Cruise are still a part of in the blind items. They're still a part of it because they blackmail that they're gay and they don't want that released.
Just be gay, dude.
Baby.
You're in Hollywood.
So
there's no problem with it.
Published The Science of Survival. In that book, he introduced such concepts as the immortal soul, aka the thetan, and past life regressions or whole track auditing. So auditing is like discovering your past life.
Okay.
Publishing costs of the book led to bankruptcy in February of 19. So this is a quick timeline, guys. So
I'm like trying to keep up.
Yeah, keep up. So Science of Survival is published and leads him to bankruptcy in February of 1952, which causes him to lose the rights to Dianetics. Later that same year, I believe it was April 52, if I recall, Hubbard then boasted Scientology as a new science that went beyond Dianetics. The goal of Dianetics were to reach a superhuman state known as clear. I don't know why everything has such a stupid term. But however, the flip side with Scientology, which is being promoted as a new form of science, promised a chance to achieve godlike powers in a state called operating thetan. It just like all the people that are in it are just like, you're so fucking stupid. Like, I hate you so much.
They're just like loser nerds.
Yeah, I think it's just like
and
a
like in a bad way.
Mother is mother.
Mother is mother.
While he's promoting this new pseudoscience Scientology, Hubbard introduces the E-meter, which called for users to hold 2 metal cans. So they got 2 Diet Cokes. And they measure the changes in skin conductivity due to the variance of sweat or grip. Which I'm like, okay, boo, whatever the fuck that means. Originally, so we're still in 1952. I just want to clarify that.
Okay.
Scientology operated like a franchise. So think of like a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So there are several branches of Scientology known as orgs. And all of this was prior to like the religious part. So each franchise holder was required to pay 10% of their income to Hubbard's central location or central organization. So that's what franchisors do. So they basically pay to use the brand.
Okay.
And then by December 1952, so remember, they went bankrupt for Dianetics in February 52. We're now December 1952. Same year. Hubbard gave a 70-hour series of lectures in Philadelphia that was attended by 38 people, which is he began diving into the occult. In his lectures, he began to connect rituals and practices of Scientology to magic. So now we're kind of dabbling.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In April of 1953, Hubbard proposed setting up a chain of spiritual guidance centers as part of what he referred to as the religion angle. So he's very much looking at this from a business perspective.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why you would refer to it as an angle.
Yeah.
So now
that's what religion actually is. He's just calling it what it is.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So now a year later, in December 53, he incorporated their like first church in New Jersey. The religious transformation was explained as a way to protect Scientologists from charges of practicing medicine without a license. So it's kind of like how some religious practices will, like, there's a church I know in Oakland that gives out like magic mushrooms, and it's like because it's a church, it's legal and whatever.
Okay.
And it's also like tax stuff. So of course, in addition to practicing medicine without a license, make money, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
You gotta.
This is America.
Why else are we doing anything?
This is America in the 50s, baby. So by 1954, the IRS officially recognized the church in California as a tax-exempt organization. Naughty, naughty California, that's lame.
Well, they're just being bought off by that point.
Obviously.
They have to be, yeah.
And then by 1966, Washington, D.C. recognized the church and gave them tax-exempt status nationwide, thus making the church highly profitable.
Really?
So we'll talk about the core beliefs just briefly because it's important. Because what is all this hoopla?
What are we even doing here?
Right. Yeah, this movie is complicated, Rob, because I don't know what the fuck even happened.
Yeah.
Scientology's core belief is that traumatic events cause subconscious command-like recordings in the mind, which may have occurred in our past lives. So kind of like generational trauma, I guess, to a degree, but it's actually your personal trauma that you've experienced in past lives. Okay. And this can only be relieved through the activity of auditing, which is the hypnosis bullshit, the hoopla. Mm-hmm. Auditing and training to audit are the two primary activities in the Scientology organization and are outlined in a structured progression chart called the Bridge to Total Freedom. God, I always think of the interview of Tom Cruise at the Oprah Winfrey thing because it was at Oprah and he was talking about how he loved Katie Holmes, but he talked a lot about Scientology because she had just had Brooke Shields on there who was talking very openly about postpartum depression. And it was kind of it was a big deal because it was kind of the first time a woman had publicly talked about experiencing postpartum depression, which is very common. Your hormones are completely out of control. And Brooke Shields wanted babies more than anything. She had to do IVF, but she still experienced it. And then Tom basically shat on her and was just like, you don't need meds. You need to do Scientology. I love her, I love her, I love her. And he's jumping on the couch. People neglect the part where he completely like undermined a woman openly talking about postpartum depression for the first time ever. Yeah. And
as if like he knows anything about postpartum
because he
depression
has a
at all. Yeah, for sure.
He has a uterus and he gave birth to Suri Cruz.
Yeah, exactly.
Which another thing about Scientology birth that I learned recently is that they are supposed to give birth completely silent. You are not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to make any noise. You're supposed to just birth your baby completely silent.
And without drugs.
Of course. Because drugs cloud you from being liberated from your sad past lives. Sorry. I digress a little bit. But they're crazy. They're wackadoo. So you're trying to reach the level of clear, which was in Dianetics. And then the next ultimate goal is operating Thetan, which is their version of spiritual freedom, essentially. And then fees are obviously charged for any auditing and training that occurs. Mm-hmm. The upper level trainings, teachings of operating Thetan are considered confidential and are only revealed to Scientologists when they reach specific levels. And you learn more the higher levels you go. So there's only so much you can learn at a certain level. In texts which involve past life, cosmology, narrative, they have been leaked and publicized despite the Church of Scientology trying to keep them confidential, and it's all crazy and it's all very sci-fi and it's all very clearly linked to his past of sci-fi writing. So L. Ron Hubbard has been dead for a while, but he actually hasn't been the leader of the church since 1985. The current leader, who's been actively the leader since 1986, for 40 years at this point, is David Miscavige. And since he's assumed leadership, there have been a number of allegations made against him specifically. These include claims of human trafficking, child abuse, slavery, forced separation of members, coercive fundraising practices, harassment of journalists and Scientologist critics, emotional and physical abuse of subordinates, and additionally, his wife Shelley has not been seen in public since August of 2007. After Leah Remini left the church, she did file a missing persons report for Shelley in 2013, or I don't know the exact date. However, LAPD closed the case in 2013, citing they had spoke to Shelley and seen her, and it was all kosher. Sounds like a payoff.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
And then just some quick notable Scientologists. We've discussed Tom Cruise, John Travolta, obviously. Those are their poster girls. Sonny Bono was a Scientologist.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Nancy Cartwright, who's the voice actress of Bart Simpson and Sabrina Carpenter's aunt. So I heard that Scientology is trying to get Sabrina Carpenter in there to be the new poster girl.
Oh boy.
A tragic one is Elizabeth Moss, is a very devout Scientologist, Danny Masterson, Giovanni Ribisi, and Kirstie Alley, R.I.P.
Did Kirstie Alley die?
Yeah, she died in 22, which I just learned today because I didn't know she died.
I didn't know she died either.
Yeah.
She was in Look Who's Talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
With John Travolta.
Yeah, and I wonder
so that was a Scientologist movie.
I wonder if that's what got her recruited into it, was working with John Travolta, because she fell in love with him while she was working with him. When did
Kirstie Alley become a Scientologist? We need to know these things.
Robbie, why?
1979.
Are you buying the song in Fortnite? Does that mean you get to play the song while you play the game? I've never played Fortnite. Oh, so she's been in Scientology since 75. That's crazy.
79. So when did Look Who's Talking? And Look Who's Talking came out in 89. Yeah, so she's been a Scientologist for a minute.
Really? She promoted Scientology in the Bart voice. She's all, listen, man, join Scientology or eat my shorts. Cowabunga!
Rides off on a skateboard.
Yeah. All right. So now to talk about this piece of shit movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to do so much front-loaded, but I felt like it was important to know.
I feel like the Scientology part is, I don't know, because I feel like this movie is so stupid, but it's like, there's not much you can talk about besides how fucking stupid it is.
It's a piece of
so now we can
garbage.
also talk about how fucking stupid
Scientology is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's like, I feel like it's important that it's very clear that this is some sort of, or this is an organization that blackmails celebrities. And some of these celebrities, granted, have been in Scientology. Like Giovanni Ribisi, he's a second generation, so his parents were Scientologists. He was born into the church. And tragically, I love the artist Beck. I think he's a really great musician, but he's also a second gen Scientologist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he was
he's
a Scientologist.
very quiet about it. He's married to Marissa Ribisi, so they're both second gen. And there's a lot of people that have left in the past few years because of how problematic Scientology is. I mean, we know Leah Remini, and she was really brave. She came out and spoke out against them, which was crazy because they are definitely like a violent cult. And then Laura Prepron from like Orange is the New Black, she left the church. She left her husband and left the church. So
that's good.
And
Robbie says that Beck left Scientology.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, because him and Marissa got a divorce. So I think that's what he finally. Thank God he left it, because I was like, Beck, brother, what you doing?
Come on, my guy.
But a lot of actors and like celebrities, their parents were in cults in the 70s. Like that was a huge thing. Like Winona Ryder, Leo DiCaprio, like a few others, their parents were in cults. Like that was very common in the 70s to just be in a cult.
Yeah.
All right, so this hot piece of garbage is set in 3000 AD, and we meet Johnny Goodboy. I can't get over that stupid ass name, Johnny Goodboy Tyler, who lives in the Rocky Mountains with other cave dweller freaks. Humans have become incredibly primitive, and although they're fully capable of speech, they still choose to grunt like monkeys a lot.
Yeah, they're like, why try? Why try anything more?
Just act like an ape. It's chill. It's kind of like the opposite of Planet of the Apes.
I mean, sometimes when I'm like really not feeling it, I just like to like groan or yell for no reason. So maybe they just feel like that all the time.
I just like when they get all riled up and they all start doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So since they're in the mountains, the other dwellers are talking about kind of the lowlands, and they're saying, don't go down there, there's demons and blah 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 blah. They rule.
Don't go down that road.
Don't go down that road. And Johnny's like, girl, whatever. I'm taking my horse and I'm checking out these lowlands. So he does.
He's so countercultural with his anti-religion shit.
Yeah, he is. He's like, God, I don't know her. So he rolls down into the lowlands and he runs into hunters Carlo and Rock, who show him like an overgrown city. And I kind of like that scene because he like clearly ends up at an amusement park and he's like, oh, these are the monsters that I was fighting, or like that we're supposed to be afraid of. And it was just like old dinosaur statues from like an amusement park and stuff. Some of them were kind of freaky looking. Yeah,
like mini golf, I think.
Yeah. So while the trio is exploring, they are captured by the neo-goth Terrell. How do you say that? Turl.
Like Earl with a T.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They just reminded me of those neo-goth kids that dance under the bridges with the tubes.
Yeah, the skids.
Yeah.
Like if the skids in like 2000? Yeah.
Yeah. So Turl is a highborn Earth security chief. What came first, the aliens or the neon goths? Who's to say? Chicken or the egg?
That's a good point.
He then learns from his supervisor that his temporary assignment on Earth, which he totally hates, he's like, this place sucks, it's ghetto.
Yeah. Earth is so ghetto.
They have white refrigerators. He is extended indefinitely as punishment for offending some politician. Desperate to leave this shithole, he devises a plan with his assistant Kerr. Knowing about exposed gold deposits in the area with elevated radiation levels, he wants to get it, but as gold is super valuable to their culture, but radiation.
I know that she's dying.
I'm dying. L. Ron Hubbard's soul is coming for me. But the radiation causes like their air mixture to explode, and radiation is just kind of generally harmful. I don't know.
Yeah, Who would have thought?
So Turl and Kerr decide to train man animals to mine the gold.
It's so stupid they didn't call them manimals.
I know, they really missed that.
It pissed me off every time.
I
Like, we could have cut 30 minutes off this movie if we just called them animals. Like, piss me off.
And they used that term 28 times in the film. 28
Jesus
times
Christ.
they said man animals.
Piss me off.
So they're going to teach the man animals to mine the gold, which everyone's like, they're too stupid to do that. And
They couldn't possibly.
Turl will use part of the gold to bribe his way off this shitty planet.
Nope.
Which I kind of get. Turl.
Sorry, I got blurry.
That's okay. Turl places Johnny in a learning machine. That's the best name they could come up with, was learning machine. This like super
out of all these
culture.
audits, out of all these other things, we can only call it a learning machine.
Right. And he puts Johnny in it because he's recognizing that this is a specifically or especially intelligent man animal. So he's like, we're gonna capitalize on this.
This is the German Shepherd of manimals.
So he puts Johnny in the machine and he learns. I need to be put in the machine, apparently. He learns their language and technology, which Johnny then shares with the other enslaved man animals without Terrell's knowledge. So it's like all on the DL. You don't want your slaves too educated. It's not a good move. So
Can't
Johnny,
let them read.
Yeah, you can't have that. Literally, look at history. They did that intentionally. Johnny attempts to escape, but Terrell captures him and takes him to the Denver library to flex on him that humans are little bitches by comparison and like just give up. Yeah. However, Johnny reads the Declaration of Independence and is inspired. Freedom, America! So backfire. Also, like, Johnny's engaged to some lady named Christy, which, like, they kind of hinted that they were, like, into each other at the beginning, but it's actually, like, his fiance, which
yeah.
And to punish Johnny, he puts an explosive collar around her neck and is basically like, if you run away again, man animal, she's cooked.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't be a bad slave. Just listen.
Just listen. My slaves won't listen to me.
So now that he thinks his slaves are going to listen to him, he begins his blackmailing scheme on the planet's administrator, who's like this old, goopy-looking guy with like a very long
Disgusting.
chin. And he basically like manipulates him into ordering a gold mining operation in this highly irradiated area using the man animals. And he's like, oh, you're an old man, so you have to do this. And he's like, okay. I'm not going to push back a whole lot.
Okay,
whatever you say. So Johnny then receives additional training, such as pilot training.
Which is just like, why?
I don't really know. I think it was just to have a scene that was like, mess it up again, rat.
Yeah.
Brain. I think he just wanted another line of rat brain in there.
Yeah. Let's teach him how to fly so I can call him a rat brain.
Right. So he teaches him how to fly, and then he later sends Johnny to the mining site with a team. But then Johnny's like, hey guys, so I was at this library, okay? And guess what? There's this place called Fort Knox, and it's got fucking gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we're mining, but we're just going to steal gold from Fort Knox. And then we're going to, like, devise a way to kill these guys and get the frick out of here. Because there's no cussing in this movie, so.
Get the freak out of here.
Yeah. So half the human team pretends to mine, and then the other half is gathering abandoned human weapons.
Which honestly, that was kind of, I liked that part of the movie that they were like American weaponry. Just gonna take it back.
Yeah, you have freedom. You should have heard when they were taking the guns. There should have been like an eagle screech, like which actually is, I guess, not what the eagles sound like.
That's not what the eagle sounds like. It's like a hawk
that
makes that screech. Yeah,
whatever. Who cares? That's a fine
who
detail.
cares? As Americans, we like to edit.
We love editing.
We love an edit.
So, and then they're also taking gold from Fort Knox. Kerr then tries to blackmail Terrell because Johnny's like, do it, blackmail him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, these super advanced aliens who are so much better than humans are apparently easily manipulated by humans. But Terrell's like, bitch, psh, and shoots off Kerr's hand. He's like, don't even play me. Oh, and here's this dude, the bartender's head. Ha ha.
Tee ha ha. I like how the guns, the lasers, just like shoot things clean off, and it's like clean nub, no blood.
Right. No blood. Well, blood's icky. I feel.
Blood's gross.
Do you think that was to keep it a PG-13 rating, or do you think that was because they probably would have had to figure out how to make the aliens' blood different in some capacity?
I think it's because blood is crap lousy. Probably because it was. Would PG-13 make it, or would blood make it R over PG-13?
I think if it's a lot of blood and there was like
certain
quite
amount.
a few people that they shot and then they killed all those cows or whatever.
I bet if they, if they did just aliens, they could get away with doing alien blood and keep it at the PG-13. But they were like, we want to shoot the limbs off of so many cows. We need to make sure that that's not gruesome.
Let's talk about that.
So no one gets blood.
That's
what I think happened.
Because I was like, dude,
stupid.
Chill. He's like, look, I'm the best shot in the West. Pew, 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 pew. And all these cows are like, okay.
So stupid.
he's a Charlie Angel. He's like,
I just love there's so many shots of him where he just goes
John Travolta, more like it, looked so fucking stupid. It looked so stupid.
You got him.
Big...
You fucking got him.
Cut.
All right, stream over. We got it.
Those big fucking boots too that he could barely walk and fighting for his life.
God. It was so funny. He looked like such a fucking e-girl. Like white girl with dreads, with giant chunky boots and flared pants.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wonder how much the dreads weigh. That had to have been like 20 pounds on his head.
I'm Googling it. How much did the wig weigh
in Battlefield
Earth? Not Battlefield, Star Galactica.
I know.
Based on the information officially documented, there's no information.
Oh, okay, whatever. Because I know, like, the lady who wore the wig in Mars Attacks, it was like 20 pounds. That alien lady.
It's gotta be pretty heavy.
Way better fucking movie than this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he shoots off his assistant's hand for trying to blackmail him, and then the humans launch their revolt using the alien technology, rupturing the dome. Whatever. I don't know. It was kind of a blur. And then
honestly, I kind of spaced out a lot in this movie. So when I was like, "Are you gonna do the summary?" You were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Thank God, I don't really remember what happened."
Because it kind of is like movie. There's like nothing for like an hour and 15, and then like all of a sudden everything.
And then the sound was so shitty, like so poorly mixed that it was like so loud, except for the like voices were mixed so low that you couldn't hear it almost at all.
Yeah, $73 million for what, guys?
Yeah, not for the sound
terrible
editor, that's
writing
for sure.
Too, because I know the guy who's Johnny can actually act, so it's like the writing must have been so bad that it was like impossible to act.
He's like, I can't do anything with this.
So Terrell's like pissed, and he orders the execution of all humans and alerts his homeworld to get an extermination force. But then Johnny and Terrell fight, and Johnny attaches Chrissy's collar to Terrell's arm and tricks him into blowing off his own arm. Heh.
Tee.
Then Sammy's brother Mickey rides the teleporter to the homeworld with a nuclear weapon, so they bomb. Dude, Americans and their nukes.
We can't stop. We just won't stop. We're just such rascals.
We are. And then the fallout from the weapon incinerates the atmosphere, causing the entire planet to explode. So now they don't have a planet. They're really cooked.
What can you do?
At Fort Knox, Johnny gloats at a captive Terrell, telling him that the surviving Psychlos will pay any price for him after they learn that his scheme led to their ultimate demise and defeat. Kerr agrees to teach the technology to the humans and gloats along with them. He's like, you blew off my hand, now I'm a human ally. And that is Battlefield Earth. There's not, you know, it's like I think back to our previous roast, and I think about how Face Off was intended to be a roast, but it ended up being just mostly a rip on John Travolta, and actually just a compliment more than anything. We ended up liking it.
Yeah.
And then I think back to our roast before that of Butterfly Effect, which Butterfly Effect is ridiculous and has a lot of moral ambiguity, but it's at least like enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I still enjoyed watching it. Yeah.
Robbie, you're asking me to say something nice about the movie, and I simply can't. I'm waiting.
I'm trying to think.
If you see Battlefield Earth, say one nice thing about it in the chat.
Yeah, why don't you say something nice about the movie in the chat, anybody?
Okay, I'll say something nice. I liked how stupid John Travolta looked.
I like having such good fodder to make fun of him with.
Yeah, I liked.
But it's almost like too easy.
Yeah.
Because it's almost just like, what are we doing, John?
Right.
Like, John, you're better than this. Even you're better than this. Like, anybody's better than this. Like.
And so, despite the fact that I know this is like Scientology propaganda, I think I'm still struggling with a little bit, like, quite the tie-in. Because I'm like,
yeah.
I guess the tie-in is that, like, humans will overcome the sad, evil aliens. Which is, like, because I think that is, if I recall from their whole, like, faith, is that aliens came to this planet initially and gave us, like, depression and stuff with their sad alien souls being inside us. And then...
yeah.
But humans have the ability to overcome that through Scientology by auditing and operating Thetan and getting their spiritual freedom.
Yeah. I think it was also... George, you don't like that this movie assumes that post-apocalypse we all revert all the way back to being Neanderthals. You specifically didn't like that.
Well, because it doesn't really make sense. Like, why are
it doesn't make sense. Monkeys? It doesn't make sense. And the fact that they have access to a mall, but they didn't have access to libraries.
Right.
And, like, you're telling me there wasn't a Borders in that mall? It's 2000. There's a Borders in that mall.
Makes me think of that Twilight episode where this guy, like, just wants to read books, and then, like, I think a nuclear weapon drops because it's, like, the 60s, so, like, you know, Cold War stuff. And then he's like, finally, I'm alone to read my books. I can read all my books, and then he breaks his glass.
That's hella funny.
They should make that episode a whole movie, and it would still be better than
that
this
should
shit.
that should be a whole movie. That's so funny.
Yeah, it is really boring, and, like, part of me is mad that I've watched it twice now. Like, granted, I've watched it in the background this time, but, like, holy smokes.
I would watch Face Off again. I will watch Cocktail again. I'll be damned if I ever watch this movie again.
I feel like when I have kids, if I'm going to punish them, I'm going to
make them watch this movie.
I'll be like, do you want mommy to pull out Battlefield Earth? And they'll be like,
yeah.
It's like the new belt. I don't know if you guys
exactly.
ever got the belt, but I got the
new
belt.
belt is Battlefield Earth.
Yeah. I would rather take the belt over Battlefield Earth.
For sure. I don't, like, there's just not even much to, like, roast about it because it just sucks.
Well, it's hard because, there was so much going on, but also at the same time, nothing going on. Like, 2 hours
I did
of
like
slop.
Okay, here's something I did like. I liked that, what was his character's name? The guy that was in Sons of Anarchy, Carlo. I like that he had a bazooka, and I like that it was that, like, we took America back with a bazooka and warplanes. I thought that was like, that was such good 2000s American storytelling.
Took America back with an RPG, a really big gun. And that's how it should
exactly.
be. That's how freedom is free to.
That's the America I want.
Yeah.
Remember
You
when
think-
America was America?
Do these
Back when
stripes
men were
run?
men?
They don't.
No, no.
Fanatic is on the list. That's the John Travolta movie where he's like an autistic guy named Moose who talks about pooping, I believe.
We gotta take a break from John Travolta.
I'm
though.
sick of his face.
I'm sick of him
his
and like making the Instagram post this week. It was like, I think we have a problem. I think we're the problem now. Like we've done too much John Travolta stuff at this point. We have to stop.
It's not my fault that they keep putting him in media. That's not. Robbie brought up to me that he was in fucking Carrie.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
I always forget he was in Carrie, so it's not my fault they keep. Even though he has a shitty career, like before we started the episode, I was talking to Katie, and it's like everyone always talks about how like Pulp Fiction got him a career back, but even in the 80s, he was floundering, and it was Look Who's Talking. Who's talking now. That got him his career back in the 80s, because after Saturday Night Fever, he was fighting for his life.
Yeah.
I guess
he had like Saturday Night Fever in Grease. Yeah. I think Grease is the thing that made him like really like Grease is such an iconic movie that I think because of that movie, it's like everyone's like John Travolta's an icon. But that shouldn't be all it takes.
Wait, Robbie just said John is making a movie. Propeller One-Way Night Coach. What the fuck? It's a film adaptation of its own 1977 book of the same name and stars his own daughter. Oh, John.
John Travolta, you're pissing me off.
I like that he is bald now. I like that he's just.
I like that he embraced the bald.
Yeah,
Do you think he does like he does stuff for his facial hair? Because it's so like.
He has implants for his facial hair.
Yeah, I was like, did he give up on the plugs for his head and do it for his face?
Oh, he was in a movie last year, High Rollers. I don't pay attention to him, which is funny that we've covered him so much because I really don't pay attention to him.
I know.
There was this other movie Robbie suggested that he's in. It is called like where is it? It's like it's not even popping up on Google because they like it's probably so bad that they're like, no, don't talk about it.
Don't do that.
It's called like hold on, let me bring up the message. Unless Robbie can drop it in the chat before me.
It's a race.
It's like a white man's struggle or something. It's literally called a white man's burden.
No.
It's the story. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me read this description. The story takes place in an alternative America where blacks are members of social elite and whites are inhabitants of inner city ghettos. Louis Pennock, so I'm guessing that's John's character, is a white worker in a chocolate factory, loving husband and father of two. While delivering a package for black CEO Thaddeus Thomas, he is mistaken for a voyeur. That's insane.
Jesus Christ.
He's mistaken as a voyeur and as a result loses his job and gets beaten by black cops.
Okay, wait.
Gets evicted from their home. This desperate Pennock takes a gun and kidnaps Thomas, demanding justice.
Fuck, man, I feel like we gotta watch this movie. That's so crazy.
I shouldn't have read that. I shouldn't have read it because it actually sounds so funny now. We should have watched this.
Oh my God.
Okay, it's only 89 minutes.
Okay, we can do that.
We can add that to the list because, you're right, Robbie. White man's burden really makes me think about the injustice that black people face in America. They just needed to pose it in a way where it's a white man dealing with that for me to understand.
We just needed to put it in terms that we could understand.
Yeah, specifically a blue-eyed white man named John Travolta, because he's the only person that can execute that efficiently.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I want John Travolta to apologize for Saturday Night Fever, because I feel like I say this every time we talk about John Travolta, but I fucking hate Saturday Night Fever so bad.
I've never seen it.
Don't watch it, because I remember watching it just being like, oh, this guy wants to do disco dancing. What's the big deal? And then
It's crazy that we don't follow John Travolta on Instagram and tag him and everything.
Yeah, I was harassing Zach Braff, and really the truth
I know, I'm like,
John
it's
Travolta.
crazy you haven't been harassing John Travolta through our Instagram.
Okay, because here's the thing. I could see Zach Braff acknowledging us. I could never see John Travolta, and it's kind of my brand. There was a period where I was harassing Kid Rock online for like
Is
a
it
year.
weird that I could see John Travolta responding before Zach Braff?
Hi, I'm
weirdly
John
enough?
Travolta. I appreciate you reaching out, watching out loud.
He's like, could you please stop making fun of me?
I've heard some of the things you've said, and I'm taking note of it, but I'm rich and you're poor. Zinu!
No, he's not allowed to say it. He's not allowed to say it.
He gets shot.
He'd get shot on the spot. We'd get shot on the spot. Okay, well, I followed him because I feel like if we're following any celebrity, it should be John Travolta.
Is he bald in his PFP?
I think so.
Good.
Yeah, he is. So the only celebrities we follow,
5.6 million followers?
yeah, the only celebrities we follow are John Travolta and the Trish Paytas podcast.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah,
So-
John Travolta's an interesting critter. I remember when his kid died, and then his wife died, like, immediately after that. His son, Jet.
Yeah.
That was sad. I think he
Jet's-
drowned.
Sorry. You said it easy to just say it and then blank face. I don't know what to do with that. And so I laughed.
We're not laughing
Anyway.
at a child's death.
I know. Damn it. This
Listen,
took a
listen,
turn.
listen. He just looks so much like John. Listen, he wasn't like a baby. He was 16, okay?
Yeah. I think
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
that'd be a really good intro. Jesus Christ.
You know, and Jet was autistic. I wonder if John, like, what Scientology thought about that. Because, you know, if you know, depression and everything is something you could overcome, just like it's not a chemical imbalancement in your brain. In theory, couldn't autism be something you overcome?
I don't know. I think that's in too high of a tier for us.
Yeah, you're right. I'm really low on the Thetan scale. I'm only like -10 because I'm poor. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can never pay it. Like,
They don't want anything to do with
Everyone's
us.
like, too far.
Too far, too
Mentioning
far.
Jet's death is too far. I didn't make fun of him for dying. I just said he died.
It's just that it's just that you have this way of like, we're joking, and then you're like, fact that popped in my head. I don't know. It might change the tone, but I'm gonna say it.
That's my autism.
I was like, that's kind of the way that you tism a little bit sometimes.
I can't help it. If I know a
You
fun
just-
fact, I know a
You
fun
just
fact.
looked at me like, react. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that. We're volleying with like tennis, and then you just do that. I'm like,
And then I jump up and spike the ball.
it's so fucking funny.
Imagine you were in the closet, deeply in the closet. You can't come out as a gay man, and you're stuck.
That is a lot. You know what?
And then your
Santa
wife
Cruz
dies
that is a
too.
lot.
And your wife. Kelly Preston
You
is
know
very
what?
pretty. All right,
We don't hate John Travolta. We should make it clear. We don't. I don't know about Kelly. Zach Braff, I feel like
That's
we
an op.
we genuinely kind of hate. Yeah, he's an opponent of
Okay, you're
ours,
right.
but like John Travolta, we're just like, what are we doing, guy?
It's kind of hard for me because I do really have a lot of disdain for the fact that John is such like a huge celebrity and he supports and advocates a really problematic church that has child sex trafficking and sexual abuse of women. I mean, that was the whole thing that with Danny Masterson is the church protected him for like a decade.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it took, I forget which guy in the Mars Volta, but I think it was Cedric. Cedric married a woman in the church who was abused by Danny Masterson, and him and her getting together is kind of what started getting the ball rolling with getting Danny Masterson in trouble. So it's like hard because it's like John should be using his platform for better things.
Right.
However, at the same time, if he is gay and he's being blackmailed by the church, then it's like he's a victim too.
It's kind of like,
it's a double-edged
how
sword.
brainwashed is he? So like, when did he join the church?
I don't know.
He became at the age of 21, so he was mushy-brained.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're all in a cult.
I honestly was surprised how old the church was. Like, I didn't really realize it went back to the 50s. I knew it was at least in the 70s because I knew celebrities like parents had been in it, like Giovanni Ribisi, but the 50s was crazy to me. And I'm like, how do they have the access of the internet at their fingertips? They can figure out everything about the church if they want to, and yet they still choose to practice it. So is everyone literally just like deeply blackmailed, or do people really buy into this?
I think some people probably really buy into it because they're like probably so mentally unwell that, and I think a lot of people, like, it's only, I think, more recently that there is this thing of like using the internet to actually know everything versus like people not having internet literacy to being able to decipher what is real and what isn't is still a huge problem. And then you have the other group of people that are like, oh, everyone's so obsessed with the internet, we just need to get offline. And those people, I bet, buy into shit like buy into something like Scientology.
I've done 3 rounds of auditing and I've regressed into my past lives and I have healed trauma. I have healed it. And you're just like, okay, whatever you say, whatever the fuck you say, my dude.
Exactly. So I don't know. And they just have so much money that they're able to just like cover their tracks enough. So
yeah,
I don't know. Not enough critical thinking happens in this. I think we kind of talked about it in a previous episode. Was just like, we're not taught to think critically. Like, critical thinking is not something that is actually taught in schools until you're in college.
Yeah. And
then like in college, well, like it's just for, usually it's more geared toward just like the elite. And so not enough people are given the benefit of critical thinking skills, it seems like.
Rapid fire question: Passion of the Christ or Battlefield? Both religious propaganda. Which one are you watching?
Passion of the Christ is a better movie. is a more well done movie, in my opinion. Like,
despite it's fucking, all the stuff Mel Gibson said to his wife.
I mean, he didn't say it in the movie.
That's true. Isn't it just Jesus getting... you know what, fun fact about me? I've seen Battlefield Earth twice, never seen Passion.
I was going to say, I don't think you've ever seen Passion.
No, I just know... all I know about Passion is what I saw on South Park.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's I think it's pretty, like, brutal. Like, it's very just good
Jesus
in depicting a lot of like torture and stuff. It's very like emotionally effective. Yeah, and George says those demon kids are so scary. Like there are parts of it that are actually like very fucking disturbing. So it's like, that's why I think like it is effective in trying to show, like, because I think a lot of like Christianity is like showing like, and Jesus died for our sins so that we could be saved and blah, blah, blah. And he died on Friday, but rose again on Sunday. So it's all like kind of sugar-coated. And so then it's like, but actually a crucifixion is like one of the worst forms of torture. So it kind of goes to show like what torture actually looked like, the true extent of it.
Cross to starve to death.
That's crazy. So I think that like kind of depicting like that kind of terror that went into it is actually very effective for Christians and feeling like that sacrifice that was made for them, but then I think also like from a storytelling standpoint, depicting the terror of that torture from the perspective of like a god doing this for you is it's kind of cool. Like it's absolutely propaganda, but I think it is well done propaganda.
I
If
don't
that
know.
makes sense.
Now the more I think about it, I'm kind of like, dude getting beaten and nailed to a cross or sad alien souls. Which one sounds cooler?
Well, one sounds cooler. One sounds, I would say that it was just that whether it was God that was actually nailed to the cross or not, people were actually nailed to crosses. So at the very least, it's got some historical accuracy there with the torture.
So true. So true.
So true.
What the hell, Brutus or whatever? Wasn't it?
Brutus, I think that's
Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Right. Who?
Judas.
Judas. Oh, great.
Judas. Yeah.
Great Lady Gaga song.
Yeah. Iconic Lady Gaga. Taco Bell's doing Baja Blast Dirty Sodas. Will you guys review them on the
They're
podcast?
Good. I've tried it because Loser got one and it was good. It's
I have
just
not
like,
tried one.
It's just like that cream stuff. It's the Mormon thing.
Yeah.
Because Mormonism has bled into modern society with
taken over.
Sodas. That's such a wackadoo thing about Mormonism is you can have cold caffeine, but you can't have hot caffeine.
Is that what it is now? I thought it wasn't it like for a while just caffeine in general.
In the Book of Mormon, it only explicitly says hot caffeine, but they also.
Why did my Mormon friends only drink root beer growing up?
I think it's a modern thing, but they also like soak and shit. So.
Yeah, they nasty.
They do something else. I just learned about it, and it's some other weird sex thing, and it was even weirder than soaking. You're right. Mel Gibson does need to apologize to his wife and black people, but it's not going to happen.
Didn't Mel Gibson apologize to his wife in that quote that we have at the beginning of the stream?
It's just black people.
What are you talking about? Yeah. Quaking, George. Yes.
Quaking. Oh, yes, that's the new term that I heard, and I forgot what it is, but it's also very weird. And it's weird that they would do all that and involve other parties rather than just have,
Yeah. It's weird that the penetration isn't the problem.
No, it's the movement.
But it's specifically the purposeful movement, because quaking is where they're soaking and then a friend is like underneath the bed moving the bed.
Right, but soaking is when a friend is shaking the bed too.
No, soaking is guys, we gotta break this down.
No,
soaking is when they're just in it. Quaking is when they're shaking it.
Soaking,
right?
Mormon meaning. I'm hitting Google. Sexual intercourse without thrusting. So they're technically still.
Yeah, I think that's when they're just laying there with the penetration.
Also called jump humping, docking.
Docking is different. That is not docking.
This is just the tip. Just call it what it is, guys. This is just the tip. They can't ejaculate or thrust.
I thought quaking involved the third party. I didn't think soaking involved the third party.
I saw kids saying that they'll soak and that involved a third party.
Well, what's quaking exactly then? Because then how is quaking different from that?
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so yes, I'm over 18 Reddit. Jeez,
Reddit.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so soaking is real, but I don't think quaking is real. Apparently, a lot of them have anal sex.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
My mom said that a lot of religious people did that in general so that they could stay virgins when I was like 14.
You're like sick.
I was like, that's crazy, Mom. Thank you so much.
Like, I still want to play with my Barbies. Please leave me alone.
I did play with Barbies well into 6th grade, so not far off.
Beautiful.
The term soaking comes from the idea that vaginal lubrication is soaking the penis, just so you guys know. This is an educational episode.
So next week, we're going to talk about the zone of interest Which I put the wrong dates for so many of the movies for the May schedule on Instagram, but who cares? We're basically dying right now.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
I'm brain dead. I'm on so many steroids that I'm like barely conscious right now.
Katie's roiding.
I'm roiding out real bad. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the zone of interest. It won't be a roast, despite what some people may think. We will be taking it seriously, but we will be making fun of Nazis because it's about Nazis. So, yeah, do your homework, watch that heavy ass film, and it's really good. Anything else, Kelly?
Did you have a quote?
Yeah, I was just gonna pick a random one. Because there aren't really any quotes from Zone of Interest that are very fitting for quippy watching out loud.
This is a direct quote
this is what they said over the wall. They just said, "Whatever, I'm getting cheese fries." So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, until next week. Bye.
Stream end.